So this idea of 19 attorneys general stepping up, judge blocking this, what do you make of it?
Well, it was very unusual. They filed the lawsuit on Saturday. Judge Engelmeyer happened to be the judge who was sitting on emergent duty. I know what that's like because you're up for 24 hours. And in that time period, you receive all emergency applications. The 19 attorneys general sent word to the DOJ, which also has lawyers sitting 24/7, but the DOJ did not respond. So Judge Engelmeyer ruled just on the basis of the documents that were presented to him and his understanding of federal law that Musk's people are to stop until the judge assigned to this case, not Judge Engelmeyer, but the judge to whom the case is permanently assigned, can decide what to do. The question is, can Musk's people walk in, acquire top secret information, be trusted with it, and fire people at their choosing? That's what the issue is that the courts will have to decide. We've never really seen anything like this. One side of the argument is, well, these people are working for the president, and he's decided he wants to trim the fat out of the government. So when they are saying, don't come to work, it's the same as Donald Trump saying, don't come to work. The other side of the argument is, these people were established by an act of Congress. And if the president wants to shrink a department, only Congress can do it because Congress has appropriated funds to pay their salaries, and therefore their work is legitimate. Again, this is probably going to be resolved by the courts.
Musk has weighed in, talking about how he views the judge, and he says this on X: a corrupt judge protecting corruption. He needs to be impeached now. So Elon Musk is clearly not a fan. What sort of influence might this have?
Yeah, I doubt it has any influence on Judge Engelmeyer, who's not the judge to whom the case has been assigned. I don't remember the judge's name to whom it's been assigned. Statements like that are usually taken as political hyperbole. The basis for impeaching a judge is the same as impeaching a president: treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. Not, I disagree with the judge's ruling.
When we look at this, when we look at DOGE and we look at the actions of DOGE and the tasks that they are asked to perform and those that are members of DOGE, it is to look for government waste, wasteful spending, and you're tasked to do that. But then it comes to the head of recommendations, not necessarily going around and firing federal employees, but rather recommending someone from the government to do so, albeit President Trump or his team or someone from the other departments.
I think that federal judges don't yet understand what you just explained because DOGE is so new. Yeah. And in defense of Judge Engelmeyer, I think he's right. I think there needs to be a hearing, and the judges need to see documents. Does DOGE have the power to fire, or does DOGE, which is not created by the Congress now,
right.
Or is DOGE just in there to tell the president, here's what we found, Mr. President, here's what we think you should done? Is DOGE the eyes and ears of the president, or is it some independent, non-accountable, non-confirmed by the Senate entity that gets to do whatever it wants? I don't think judges know the answer to that. I don't think all of us know the answer to it.
Well, if you ask all of us, you might find that people are more willing to have these DOGE team members look at this information in a read-only format where they're not tinkering with it, which is according to the Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent, that they can't. In exchange for finding out where our other taxpayer dollars go to foreign groups that we have no idea we signed off on.
This is the executive branch of the government. Donald Trump is the head of the executive branch of the government. If he wants to send people in there to tell him how this part of the government is wasting money, he has the ability to do that. I don't think federal judges fully understand that.
Well, watch for that. I can't help but ask you about the Super Bowl. And if you watched President Trump, he was there, first sitting commander-in-chief to attend a Super Bowl. Chiefs lost, by the way, on that. Philadelphia Eagles come away with the win.
You know, I'm a Giants fan, so I'm not an Eagles person, but I love Saquon Barkley. I think he's the best running back in the business. He didn't have a super day yesterday, but they didn't need him to do so. All he had to do was to draw the Chiefs' defense so that the quarterback could have his way.
There we go.
Brilliantly done. Nick Sirianni, the Eagles coach, best in the business right now.
Bye.